Hello, and welcome to From the Cold Corner, a podcast devoted to those impacting the cold food and beverage supply chain. I'm Layan Dahhan, multimedia specialist for Refrigerated and Frozen Foods magazine, and today I'm joined by Ryan Hanan, Chief Operating Officer at Hanan Products. Welcome to the show, Ryan.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So for those in our audience who might be unfamiliar with your company, could you give us some background and history and what kind of products you make?
So Hanan Products has been around. This is actually our 75th year in business. So myself and my brother, we are third generation in the business. It was started by my grandfather, Stuart Hanan, who was a research chemist, back in the University of Michigan. He started, his career working with a few friends in Brooklyn, developing some of the products that we still use today. Eventually, my father took over the business, some time ago, and the facility was moved from Brooklyn to the current facility that we're in right now in Hicksville, New York. And we've been here for over 50 years at this point. So, although we've been in the same facility, of course, there have been many upgrades, and we have nationwide and international coverage in the products that we make, and primarily those are whipped toppings, icings, and fillings for the wholesale bakery industry.
I know you touched on this, but where are your products manufactured? Have they always been made there? And have there been any upgrades or improvements to your facility since the beginning of operation?
Yeah, sure. So there have been a lot. So although we are in the same facility, we have expanded the facility. We have taken over a building that's actually adjacent to our building with additional storage and freezer capacity. So that's been a huge saving grace for us, actually, to find a building so close to us where we were able to expand into. But besides that, there have been major improvements in the building itself, going from mostly machinery upgrades, including high-speed packaging machines, increases to things as simple as boiler capacity and air compressors. Recently, we've just brought in some of the first robots, which will be automating some of the packaging lines and stacking pallets, in order to just increase efficiency. But I'd like to note as well that we are proud to announce that we have not fired any employees in the automation of our facility, and we care about our employees a lot, and they're certainly a valued aspect of our business as well.
Yeah, that's nice to know. I know a lot of companies that will opt for bringing in more technology. People lose jobs over that.
Sure. Yeah, and we've just honestly been increasing, and the business has just been growing exponentially over the past few years, where we've been able to retain the employees and increase automation as well, and just have the business grow. So it's been good things lately.
So out of all of Hanan's products, what are your signature and best-selling items, and why do you think they're a hit with customers?
I believe the largest item that we produce, and probably the most popular, is our Whip Delight base concentrate. So that item, it's a concentrate. So you add 2 parts of the product and 1 part of water. But one of the reasons it's such a hit with customers is it gives you a lot of versatility. So for example, if you want to use it just the standard application, you'll put that water in at 33%. But for example, if you want to make like a custom formulation, you can add orange juice or coffee, or you can add liqueurs, you can add additional flavorings and colors in replacement of that water. You can even add things like powdered sugar to give you different texture. And we call it a base concentrate exactly for that reason, because it's so versatile, and it allows the customer, because let's be honest, each individual bakery, they would they have their own custom formulation. The bakers are proud of that, and we like to encourage that, customizable aspect of our products, and give them the freedom to kind of make what they like with those items.
Who would you say are Hanan's target customers?
Sure. So in general, our customers are all wholesale, but we do target like retail customers as well. So we break the customer list down into, I think, 4 segments. First, we're talking about supermarket or in-store supermarket bakeries. Second, we are talking about wholesale cake manufacturers, customers who are, producing large scale cakes in commissaries, food facilities, wholesale applications like that. Third, we target retail bakeries. So, we're proud to be in each individual retail bakeries, in multiple markets throughout the customer, but we typically target those customers through distributors throughout the US who are able to access those customers a little bit easier than we are, especially as we're going across the country. And then the fourth category that we target is the kosher market, and we do a big kosher for Passover and many different standards of kosher supervision.
This is a perfect segue, but I know you have a line of kosher for Passover products out. So, what percentage of your clients would you say purchase your kosher products?
Well, just to note as well, every product that we produce is kosher. So we produce kosher products that are, we do produce a large segment that are kosher for Passover. So we actually shut down a segment of our facility in the month of January where we don't run any products. We build large inventory for the weeks before that. And we shut down for about 2, 3, sometimes 4 weeks. And we run only kosher for Passover products. But throughout the year as well, we do produce, again, like I said, every product we produce is kosher, but we do have higher levels of kosher supervision for certain customers who require it. And I would say that's about maybe 15 to 20% of the overall sales of the business.
I know you guys also have lines of vegan products. So I'm wondering, were there any factors in the market that kind of pushed Hanan to make these new products, whether it may have been, demand, sustainability?
Yes. So a funny note is that, in the past few years, as vegan products and vegan food has been increasing in the marketplace, we actually looked at it very closely and thought, this is a perfect opportunity for us to come out with a product. And as we were evaluating the necessary ingredients and looking at these things, we realized that the previous product that I was speaking about, the Whip Delight base concentrate, which was developed probably 40 or 50 years ago by my grandfather and my father, was default a vegan item. Now, of course, in order to declare something certified vegan, we did have to go through an extensive process in ensuring that each individual ingredient was actually certified vegan by the ingredient manufacturers. But as we moved forward, we were able to certify that product as a vegan certified item. And it was just a really funny story because it had been an item we've been producing for such a long time. But just over the past few years, we're proud to announce we were able to put the certified vegan logo on that item. It's nice because, like I was saying before, it's one of the most versatile products that we make. And now we can also open up a huge segment of the market that's looking for a vegan product. And it still provides that same level of excellent taste, functionality, performance that our customers are typically looking for.
So do you have any sustainability plans or practices you put into play? And what areas of sustainability does Hanan Products focus on?
Sure. So I graduated from the University of Vermont with a degree in business and a concentration in international management, as well as management and the environment. So sustainability is certainly an important aspect of the business to me. So for Hanan Products, we typically break down our sustainability program into 3 categories. First is reducing energy and emissions. And for that, we have essentially every piece of equipment that we have in the facility has a thing called the VFD, where it only uses as much energy as is immediately required by the machinery. So instead of just turning on 100%, it will say it only requires 30% use at this point. So it will only turn on 30%. And those are important things moving forward. For example, even the electric companies will give rebates for things like that. So there is a financial benefit to it as well, but it is lowering the overall energy use and and overall emissions, at the end of that as well. We have recently, or not so recently about 5 or 6 years ago, we've converted everything in the building to natural gas, away from oil use, which is not necessarily the best use for energy, but it's certainly better than oil. Um, and of course, recently we brought in a lot of new high-speed machinery, and all of the new machines that are coming in are energy efficient, and certainly much more efficient than some of the older machinery that we've had. Second, we look to reduce our water. So for that, we recycle all of the steam that we use in the building. So there's a large cooking function to all of our products. So we do recycle all of that steam, and we do recycle all the water that we also use for cooling the machines and the product as well. We also have digital water meters that will notify us how much water we're using, and also if there are any leaks going on in the building, it will immediately notify us and alert us to make an adjustment there as well. And then the third one, in regards to physical waste reduction, we have large recycling programs, and those go as far as even into the lunchroom of our buildings. We request our employees to recycle plastic, cardboard, and then also all of the packaging that we output to our customers are recyclable. So we do paper and plastic packaging, and both of those are recyclable as well. So sustainability is important to us, and it's certainly something we look at on a regular basis.
So how has Hanan Products dealt with the recent supply chain and labor issues affecting the entire industry? And what are some of your strategies to work through those issues?
So supply chain issues have certainly been an obstacle to overcome, through COVID, and after COVID, it has certainly been a large obstacle for us and everyone in the industry. It's one of the larger challenges that we've been faced with in ensuring to all of our customers that we're not running out of product for you. We're able to continue to provide, because if we run out of product, if our customers run out of product, that's an issue and something that's hard to recover from. So we have been able to keep our supply chain going. And one of the major reasons for that is a new technology that we brought in during COVID, just called an inventory advisor. It's a program run through our entire accounting system, and it essentially looks at each individual ingredient that we bring into the facility, tracks pricing and things like that as well. But it also will tell us, we can input all the information for lead times, if there are going to be any delays, if we're notified from the ingredient suppliers that we can be expecting delays, and we can enter all this information into this huge overall encompassing software that we're running through our entire business. And it will go through each ingredient and forecast out exactly when we're supposed to purchase. If we have overstock of certain items, it will let us know about that as well. But when we know that there are going to be delays in purchasing certain raw materials, we can be notified by all of this software, and either take out additional contracts for certain materials that we know are going to be hard to come by. And it's just really nice to put all that in a piece of technology that can just assist our workers on a regular basis and try to overcome those supply chain issues. And then to your second point about the labor, as I notified before, our employees are extremely important to us. And one of, the benefits that we've really, tried to excel in is keeping our employees happy on a regular basis, and entail, we basically have very, very little overturn of our employees on a regular basis. So we have, the majority of our employees have been with us for 5, 10, 15 years. A few of our employees actually retired 2 or 3 years ago, and they had been with us. One was over 25 years and one was over 30 years. So when we say that our employees are important to us, so we really mean it. And it works both ways. So it's good for our employees. We believe we provide excellent benefits and working conditions for them. But in reality, it's a benefit to us. So in situations where there are labor shortages, it's not really something that we have to worry about.
Well, that was my last question for you. But is there anything else you'd like to add? Maybe something I missed or something you'd like to elaborate on?
Look, I think when we're in the business, that we are in, there's very few competitors that we're dealing with on a regular basis, but that doesn't mean that we need to be lacking on customer service We speak with our customers on a regular basis, and that's really how we find out what's going on in the marketplace. So customer service is a major priority to us, and when we listen to our customers, understand their needs, and we can tie that into the technology and innovation that we're bringing to our business, it just sets us up for an excellent strategy. It allows us to provide for our customers. And one of the trends we've been seeing lately are the clean label, all natural type products, vegan products as well. And the only way that we know about those things are by speaking to our customer and being able to provide that customer service and eventually develop those clean label and all natural vegan items that they're looking for. So I believe in the near future, that's the trends in our business, and we're looking forward to be leaders in that segment.
Okay. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for being on with me, Ryan.
Okay, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And thank you, everyone, for listening to this episode of From the Cold Corner. If you have any questions or comments, you can contact me via email at dahanl@bmpmedia.com. And if you'd like to suggest a topic or be a guest on the show, please let me know. Don't forget to follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or even listen to us directly on our site at refrigeratedfrozenfood.com.